Peacock fans, to another episode of Peacocks on the Prowl. I'm Jim Lowry, and sitting with me today is head coach of the men's wrestling team, Heath Grimm. Coach, nice to have you here.
Good to be here.
All right, Coach, it was a big weekend for wrestling as you guys had 2 home matches this past weekend. On Friday night, you guys had Southwest Minnesota State. Why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about that match?
Yeah, it was a big weekend. We had a couple big events. Friday night against Southwest State was our military appreciation or salute to service night. Had a nice turnout for that. We have a couple guys that are on our active roster now that are involved with the services. So it was great to see guys like Hebert and Mitch Funk get recognized, for what their involvement with the services are. Mitch actually got the nod that night to wrestle at 133 pounds, and it was a fantastic opportunity for him, and he seized the moment and had a huge throw. I made the reference on the post-match interview that was probably the biggest throw or the loudest sound that I've heard in 16 years in Dorman Gym. So that was outstanding. We lost 2 matches against Southwest State, 1-8, 33-8 or 9, whatever that score was. I thought that was a pretty solid effort. We would have loved to have won the 174-pound match. Colby Vance was in a good match with the Bayesian kid. And we're right there, with a takedown, almost a set of near fall to win that match. Instead, we had to cut him with like 11 seconds left and come close to getting that score to send it to a 10-10 tie and get into sudden victory. Other than that, I thought the guys wrestled hard and got the job done. Mankato, that's our natural rival. And there's not a lot of love lost there. And that event was very exciting. It was good to get through Friday night, to get to Saturday, to wrestle Mankato in our home gym where we've never have lost to those guys. We had lots of energy and lots of drama going on there, pulling Malik back out onto the mat for the first time since November 1st was very exciting as well. Our 33-pounder, Paulus, did his job by going out and getting bonus points. And we knew bonus points would come hard during this duel and probably be the deciding factor. Rotes wrestling an All-American and losing in sudden victory right there. It was a great match. We had an opportunity to score at the end of regulation. Damien going out there and winning at 49 like he's supposed to. 57 Rinkin wrestling the number 2 guy and undefeated, a Division I transfer, that everyone's pretty much anointing as the best guy in the country at that weight. We thought different. We had a nice strategy, a nice approach, and as everyone saw, we were in on that double to win that match at the end. Didn't go our way. That kid scrambles out and gets the takedown. So we're right there, not discouraged one bit. 65, 74, 84, and 97. We know we had some tough matchups along the way after, Bennett's took care of business at 65, 74, 84, 97 were going to be tough matches, and we needed to get one of those W's. Vance loses a close match to a nationally ranked kid in Cooling. Western loses a close match to a nationally ranked kid, at 184. So it comes down to Parmalee to give us our best chance to win, to put Avery in position to seal the meet for us, and Parmalee goes out there and beats a kid that's been in the college room for 4 years. Ryan's had 2 months of wrestling, hits a beautiful single, gets the job done. I love the flow of that match. That guy comes out to smack Ryan around a little bit, and Ryan comes right back and smacks him around and gets the job done, getting his hand raised. And then, of course, Avery Jacobs, who's having just a heck of a unique year, being thrown into that starting role. All he had to do was survive that match, and that was his job. It wasn't about winning and losing for himself, but it was for the team. And so for him to stay off his back and not get pinned was a job that we asked him to do. He did it. We win the duel. So kudos to the entire guys.
All right, Coach, this coming weekend, a Sunday match, your guys' only Sunday match of the year. Augustana is coming into town. It's going to be a 2 o'clock match, which is a little bit different from the night matches you guys usually have. What are we going to see in that Augustana match?
More of the same. Continued development out of our guys. Now, when you say that's as a team, to continue the philosophies and the strategies that we've been implementing all year. But individually, there's some things going on too. I want to see more explosions and better positioning out of like Malik. So I could go right up the line and be specific on what I'm looking for individually, but we want to see our energy out of the roof. We want to see no letdowns. We want to see fighting in every position, to be dominant and to always feel comfortable. And if we're not comfortable in a position, then we need to work to change that around. So continue the process. We're not done getting better yet. We're just really starting to kick it into gear right now.
All right. Well, there you have it, Peacock fans. That's all we have with Coach Heath Grimm, but stay right there. Malik Williams is coming right up. Now we're back, Peacock fans. Joining me now is Malik Williams off the wrestling team. Malik, nice to have you here.
Nice to be here.
All right, now you had some medical issues back in November that have kept you off the mat, but you're back now, and your coming out party was against Minnesota State on Saturday.
Yep.
Why don't you kind of tell us, what was your mental state coming in, first match back?
Well, coming out there in that match, initially it was just all about going out there having fun and getting the crowd hyped and starting the team off with a good duel, because I am the 125-pounder, so I'm the one that gets the wagon rolling. So my mind state was more like an eye of the tiger, going out there to destroy, honestly, just to get the band rolling.
All right, and that's pretty much what you did. You went out there, and it looked like you early on just had kind of control of what was going on. It looked like you were wrestling the match the way you wanted it to be wrestled. You were kind of delegating what was going on. Once you were into the match, like you're through the pre-match ritual, you're out there, the referee drops his hand, and you guys start. What was kind of your focus during the match?
My focus going into that match, or while I was in the match, was to just be able to make it through the whole match. Because like we said, I did have some medical, whatever we want to say it was, in November. So I haven't been in a competitive wrestling match since November. So it was just to be able to go out there and get through it and have fun while I was doing it. No frustrations, not giving up good position, and just holding myself to a higher standards to make sure I made it through that match with a W.
All right, now Malik, at the end of the first period, talk about you kind of having control. There was a massive throw you had, kind of put your opponent down on the mat, and you just kind of pounced on him. At that point, I think everybody watching knew that this match was going to go your way. What was going through your mind when you kind of flipped him over?
Well, initially I didn't think I was going to get the throw, but as I was going through with it and just seeing his body go over, I was like, oh, I got it. And I was like, yeah, this is it. It's all mine now. This kid doesn't have what it takes to wrestle a true Peacock. So just felt great to do it.
All right. Well, there we have it, Peacock fans. That's all we have with Malik Williams, but stay right there. We have Zach Benitz to finish the show. And we're back again, Peacock fans. I'm joined now by Zach Benitz off the wrestling team. Zach, nice to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Zach, you had a great match against Minnesota State as well. Bonus points, I believe you had the technical fall there. Why don't you kind of tell us, you knew going in that you were going to have to try for bonus points. The team was going to need all the points they could get. What was your mindset going into the match?
Going in, I knew that if I wrestled well, I was going to win the match, but that wasn't my goal. I wanted to dominate this kid, and I went out there and I got into my positions, and I just wrestled tough, wrestled hard, and I ended up breaking the kid and scoring 15 points and getting the tech fall for the team, 5 bonus points for the team score.
All right, now you mentioned the wrestling term of breaking him. Kind of like explain that. What does that exactly mean?
When after the first period, I think it was 7-1, and I knew that after that point, the kid has already given up hope to win the match. Now he just wanted to hang in there and not give up the most team points, which is a fall. So I just kept going and going, and the kid ended up just shooting, just a shoot, basically letting me score, and ended up giving me the 15-point advantage.
All right, so as you said, you broke the kid, you got your technical fall, you got the extra 2 bonus points on top of the 3 for winning your match, and those 2 points ended up being huge at the end there. What was the prevailing opinion on the bench when Avery went out there? Like, what were you guys thinking when that match started, and what were you guys thinking on the bench when he went to his back late in the first period?
I was nervous going in. We wanted to be up by more than 6 points, which didn't happen. We were only up by 6. And if it came down to criteria, that we were probably going to criteria, I think, because it went to falls, which it would have been the heavyweight. So I was nervous, and especially once that first period got going and he ended up going to his back. I mean, normally when heavyweights get put to their back, they don't get off. But Avery fought, and he did a good job getting off his back, and shows a lot of mental toughness that he showed there.
And there you have it, Peacock fans. That's all we have today with the Peacock wrestling team, but they'll be back in action in Dorman Gymnasium this weekend. 2 p.m. on Sunday, they'll take on the Vikings of Augustana. Come on out and cheer them on. Until next time, Peacock fans, I'm Jim Malik. Thank you for watching.